King was fighting for civil rights in the United States, he was told the exact same thing. Go slow, they said. But go slow is a luxury that we do not have. Not on climate change and not on the long overdue effort of getting women to be treated like human beings.
There's a seat at the negotiating table, and it's waiting for you. It's time that we evolve beyond the existing systems designed for the small minority of entrepreneurs with privilege. Ownership is where power is centered.
The idea of spraying money across 100 companies, knowing that 80% of them are probably going to go bust, and praying that maybe one of them becomes a unicorn, that is not my vision for how we build societies.
A whole generation of brilliant girls watching each and every one of us. Until we get busy shifting ownership, we are leaving our daughters with a world where they have no control over 98% of the machine that runs everything. And they are expecting us to say no. No to 50 cents on the dollar. No to shouldering the majority of the economic burden. No, I will not be the only woman in the room. No, I will not discuss what I'm wearing. No, we will not accept 4.7% of venture capital.
No, I want there to be an alternative for people who are just as ambitious, just as focused on growth as the people that are currently being courted by venture capital, but I want a model that will not sink Black and brown communities now.
People of color make up over 70% of this planet's population, and we, people of color and women combined, manage less than 2% of the world's money.
That means that we have a say on how less than 2% of the world's capital is spent, invested, loaned, used to feed, to educate, and to house humanity. You cannot disconnect the survival of communities of color's businesses with the survival of communities of color.
De un impacto no solo hacia los latinos. Estamos hablando de un pueblo que tiene más de 60 millones de almas en una economía de 300 millones.
The lifeblood and the survival, the physical, medical survival of these communities is dependent on these small businesses.
Es el control sobre nuestro cuerpo. Es el haber podido decidir cómo y cuándo ser madre.
Women in the US are starting businesses at twice the rate of men.
And so of that incredibly entrepreneurial community, Black and brown women are starting 8 out of every 10 women-owned business.
We are the majority.
Everything that I do is in the hopes that we can build a new system of finance where no mother and no child ever has to go through what they did.
We have spent our lives excelling at surviving even when the odds were against us.
In 80 years, our planet will not be compatible with modern society. The reality is that if we continue as we are within the next 30 years, there will be more trash than fish in the oceans.
It's critical that we move away from predatory financial models and work towards investing and investment models that build instead of extract.
And it isn't about telling us what your version of the future is. It isn't even about building what the future is. It's about stepping back and watching our communities build it next.
And commit instead to use our capital the way that women have always used capital and resources to build and birth things that last.
La mujer no necesita caridad. El mundo necesita a la mujer.